Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Mide, and today I'm not filming alone. I've got a special guest with me, Mr. Larry Hector. Welcome to my channel.
Thank you so much, Mide, for having me on this side. I'm so glad to be here. So it's so nice to have me here. Thank you so much.
Alright, so today I particularly want to talk about this topic because it was going really viral. Everybody was saying, oh, NSAS, 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 and I believe at one point or the other, we've all experienced police brutality at one point or another. I have experienced it, and you were there with me when I told you about the story, and I'm sure you've also witnessed it, many times. So, in your own opinion, because I know you were pretty vocal about the whole NSAS thing, what it was going on. So that's why I said I really want to film this with you. In your own opinion, do you think SAS should even end?
Well, I feel like SAS should end because I myself have had a personal encounter with them. But when this whole protest of the thing started, when the movement started, I was down in Abuja. I was in Lagos, but I saw a lot of youth standing up for themselves, speaking their mind. I'm like, yes, this is wonderful. This is high time that Nigerian youth stand up for themselves. I'm like, oh wow, I feel like I need to get back to Lagos on time and support this movement. I got to Lagos, like straight from the airport, I went straight to the protest ground, because I have to support my people. I have to support people of my age. I have to speak out because everyone was given an avenue to speak their mind as youth, So I feel like yes, the protest was needed to end SAS in Nigeria. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. And when the protest started, people said it was a peaceful protest.
Yeah.
Peaceful in the sense that there was no violence or whatsoever. But along the line, we all witnessed how hoodlums, how people started saying hoodlums had hijacked protest, and they were shooting people here and there. A lot of people died. I knew about the Surulere incidents that happened, and people were saying, policemen shot at peaceful protesters, knowing fully well that these people had no guns with them. They have no way of defending themselves whatsoever it is. Do you think police should have reacted that, or do you even, because it is one thing for people claim that this thing happened, but then when the policemen are coming outside, they say, we didn't do it.
Okay.
So it's now like the words of the people against the policemen. So what do you
feel like this protest movement, actually is just about the youth of Nigeria versus the federal government of Nigeria at the end of the day. Now, what I feel some people do not understand that this movement is not just about ending SAS, it's also about increasing the salary, the payment of the police force, Nigerian police force at the end of the day. But I don't feel like they're saying the true image that we are fighting for ourselves and we're also fighting for them. You get my point? I start to see, I get to see the amount policemen or women are paid per month. I'm like,
I also saw the video and it was pretty, it was bad.
Yes, it's really sad.
Paying as little as, less than some of them paying as little as 10,000 naira.
Obviously, you can't join the armed forces in the United States and, you stay at the barracks. I've seen the pictures, the videos, the viral videos on the social media showing the police barracks in Lagos, Nigeria. It was so irritating. It was nothing compared to ghetto. It was a slum. I'm like, what? You get my point? But at the end of the day, this is we have to protest peacefully so that the federal government of Nigeria can listen to us. But this is politics in Nigeria. No one wants to bow down for anybody. They are not going to bow to the youth. They are not going to listen to our requests. When this movement started, at first, we said this was what we wanted, and they gave us 5 things they were going to do. Some few days after that, the IGP, he came out.
The response came really quick.
Exactly, and it was
please, I'm sorry to cut you guys,
because
because there was also another hand where people were saying 5 for 5, where the IGP had claimed to have resolved the special anti-robbery squad. But then, I think 2 days after or the next day, you come up with a new name called SWAT. So people are saying it is the wrong time for you to introduce. We are telling you we don't want a particular unit of the police.
Exactly.
And then you come 2 days afterwards to tell us that you are ending SAS and you are replacing it with SWAT.
Yeah.
What we think as Nigerian youth is that what you are doing is just changing the name.
Yeah.
And not entirely tackling the situation as it is.
Yeah.
So This whole SARS thing, do you think, in any way possible that, it's the fact that they are getting little payment that is making them get themselves involved in all this man?
Obviously, how do you give a gun to a hungry man? That's the question. How can you give a gun to a hungry man you expect him not to steal? You get my point. So at the earliest phase of this protest, I feel like okay, they came up with 5 solutions for us, but with the youth of Nigeria, we demand 5 things from them. That's why I call it 5 for 5. You get my point. Now you saying, oh, you're diluting like the world stars as a firm, like you converted them into SWAT. Are you kidding? Do you know what they call SWAT in the United States?
Yeah.
Like those like that body rather, they are trained. They are trained professionally. When you see a soldier man and when you see a SWAT operating, they are the same thing. But like you can't compare a SWAT to an armed force man like you get my point? Like I'm like, okay, what the fuck is happening in Nigeria? Why are you converting SARS to SWAT? Like you're going to give them more weapons.
Yeah. And then there will be more brutality.
You get to my point.
What they are fighting for. We are saying no to a particular system.
Yeah.
Then we are bringing another one that even seems more powerful than the one we are even fighting.
Powerful. More scary.
It is and part of the fight points that the youth actually pointed out was make sure you increase their salary and make sure you release people, because even people during the protest were even arrested unjustly. You can imagine being arrested for doing something that is my rights as a citizen of the country. So it is sad, and I'm sure if you have talked about this whole SARS and we are going to be here till forever. But moving swiftly, I want to also talk about we all saw how the whole protest thing ended, which was peaceful in my own opinion as well, and I'm sure you also agree with me. But then there was the shooting at the Lekki Plaza on the 20th of October, where a lot of lives were lost. And the Nigerian army are coming out to say that we didn't do this. The governor said the same thing, and people were really clamoring for the president to even address the nation even before that happened. But that never happened. We all know that never happened. So people were shot at.
Yeah.
They had no weapon with them whatsoever it is. And then nobody is even taking the blame for it. Today, it's been like a week that this happened. But I was really passionate about talking about it because I feel like how can something of this magnitude happen? We also saw that Larry Hector had also talked to had also communicated with Nigerians as well to tell them that where you need to stop this. A lot of international bodies are also coming to action to tell you that you need to stop this, but nobody is taking blame for it.
Yeah.
Please, I just want you to because talking about this, I'm really getting angry because how can nobody is even willing to even take blame for something like this in magnitude? You lost a lot of lives and.
I'll tell you what. This is going out straight to Buhari himself. I don't feel like he's man enough to be our president in Nigeria to start with. Then I'm going to break it down from the little pieces. Let's talk about Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. He claims to be a governor, and you keep seeing him doing different things every day. You see him saying different things every day. Like he's not consistent in speech. Okay. I got to see his interview on CNN. I got to see his interview on Arise TV. I got to watch his speech after the massacre happened. Yeah. I've seen different bloggers coming out saying, oh, well, yeah, we didn't see anybody die, so it's not going to be called a massacre. Okay, if anybody died, let their parents or their siblings or their relatives come out and say, oh, okay, yeah, there was shooting. Oh, my son died, oh, my daughter died. I imagine someone that has only one child and that particular child is on the protest at the protest ground that day when the massacre happened. He or she losing their kid, and I imagine what kind of state they will be. Do you expect such person knowing that the only one kid, like the only child I have, like in my life is gone? You expect the same person, oh yes, I lost my child. It is so stupid for the government to even have said that. First question is, why was the street light, or why were the street lights turned off? Why was the private, the CCTV camera at the toll gate taken off? Why? Question mark. Who question mark? Who ordered
The Nigerian army to even
get to the protest ground?
Because I'm glad you actually said because the governor had also come out to say that the governor has no right whatsoever it is to summon the Nigerian army.
Yeah.
It is only the president that can do that.
Yeah.
But who now did this thing?
Like it is so funny. You are the governor of Lagos State. You control everything that happens on the four corners of Lagos State. If someone has ordered them to come into Lagos State, you have the right to prevent everything coming into Lagos State and going out of Lagos State. You have the right to block everything. You get my point? No one controls the state for you. You get my point? Yes, the president can be powerful than you are, but you get my point. But you speak for the people. You represent the Lagosians. So you're getting me? So telling me you don't know whoever gave the command and it happened in Lagos is so stupid to hear.
And what should be your priorities actually the citizens of Lagos as a whole? Not just you telling us.
Because I saw sorry to cut you, I saw a blogger that said, oh yeah, DJ Switch rather, like, oh yeah, what you did that day, you photoshopped it, there was a particular app you used. I'm like, girl, are you stupid? I'm like, are you educated? How can you edit something like that on a fucking live video?
And a lot of people could even attest to the fact
Jesus Christ, there were over 156,000 viewing, watching the live video as it was happening. CNN was there, BBC was there, ABC was there. I'm like, Jesus Christ, are you kidding? At the end of the day, all this, at some point it was connected to Tinubu himself, which is known as the chairman for the APC, the party itself. You get my point? I didn't even want to care about people. That's their fucking problem. You get my point? Like, but there were different times, like, they denied that didn't happen. Now I got to see someone's interview on CNN. You gave a particular speech. When you were going to give a speech about the Lekki massacre, you said something different. On Arise TV, you still claim nobody died. And you claim that nobody ordered that.
That's actually the sad part of it. The fact that it's even coming out to say that.
To deny it. Now, the funny part is that when he was interviewed on CNN, I love that presenter. Oh my darling God bless her. She threw the question straight to him. He was trying to not give a direct answer, but she was like, I need a direct answer. Yes or no? Do you know about who ordered this? Do you know anything about it? Don't give me probably no. Give me a yes or no.
Human lives.
You get my point. I feel like at the end of the day we are just a joke to them. And what I would like to say to Nigerian youth is that we are not giving up. If we are not giving up, it's just 1 week that the massacre happened. We are not giving up. As soon as this curfew thing go back to the way it was, we are fucking going back to the roads. We are going back to the streets.
Everyone is affected by this, and it's not just about how big you are or how little you are.
Exactly.
I feel like everybody should also get involved in this and make sure they speak out to end this. And it's not just about ending SARS. Trust me, it's not just about SARS. The police system as a whole
is just messed
corrupt.
up.
It's corrupt.
Messed up.
The government needs to step into this and make sure that we make sure their salaries are attractive enough for them not to feel entitled to all these things. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday and he said they are driven into a corner where they ask you, where did you get all this money? The fact that I look good does not mean I'm a criminal. The fact that I wear expensive clothes does not mean I'm a criminal. The fact that I have access to certain amounts of money does not mean I'm a criminal. So what are you saying? I'm sorry for my language. I'm really getting angry about talking about this because they took 150,000 naira for him. What was his offense? They said they saw a particular amount of money that they feel like someone in his 30s is too big, it's too little to have that amount of money. That was it. And he took the money from him. There was nothing to do with it.
Name Kalijena. Kalijena should be one of the most successful young people in the world. And she's a billionaire in dollars, please. Like, I take myself as an example. I went to school for 5 years. I graduated with distinction. I said the fucking sorry. Yeah, whatever.
I know they are all
like I said the motherland for 1 year, and you expect me to carry my certificate or whatever you people call it, and walk up and down the street of Lagos to search for a job. No, I'm not going to. That is not even proper. And you expect people not to go into fraud. You expect people not to scam people.
Because they are not even jobs to even start with. Because so at the end of the day, even when all these people that the stars are claiming,
even if they are paid well, they won't do all these things.
Even all these people that they claim to be chasing after, when you ask them their stories, a lot of people have their own different stories for the reasons why they went into this cyber crime to start with. But I've come to realize that I am nobody to judge anyone for whatever path it is that they've chosen to take. most of them even carry this mentality of, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. You can't keep fooling everybody for the rest of your life.
True.
A day is coming when these people become wise.
Yeah.
And then you won't be able to even, there will be nobody to scam.
Definitely.
So it's just heartbreaking. I think that the night this happened, I was devastated that night. I could not just believe, because a lot of people left the house. I remember very well, I spoke to my friend, that night, and I told her that, I don't think I will ever get myself back to normal, because you can imagine leaving your house thinking you're coming back to your own house the next, that same night. And then boom, what happens is your dead body being brought back to the house. So it's really decided, it could be anybody could be a victim. And I read a lot of stories of people that died. I remember I saw a video of an average age man who died due to this protest, and he was just trying to look for what he's going to eat. He was just trying to look for what he's going to eat, and he was shot at the back twice. A lot of Nigerian youths actually died that same night too. So it is, these are the people that are supposed to be our leaders in the future.
Yeah.
What happens then when we kill all of them?
Well, you told me about the former governor of Lagos State, that one was so hilarious, because I just have to laugh about it, because at some point I feel like the youth of Nigerians, the youth of Nigeria, we're fools. We don't know what we're doing. I think they feel like our brain is so dumb, we're so dumb. They've forgotten that, okay, this is technology talking right now, that we see everything, even if we are not getting close to it. You get my point? How can you say you found a hidden camera
somewhere?
A place that has been cleaned?
I'm glad you actually came in from that angle, because I followed the news all through when this was happening. I saw when Arise News they were even there at the Lekki Plaza live. And what I could see all this outstanding that they usually pack scraps and metals and aluminium.
And we were packing it.
And they were packing it. So is it possible for them not to have seen this?
The camera, is it that tiny? Because the camera I saw in the video was so my constant. I'm like, girl.
Deny that there are no cameras there. And you come to tell us that you just discovered. And I could say,
excuse you.
I just discovered the camera.
Oh wow, Sherlock Holmes.
Nigeria is just. I'm sorry about this. I'm a Nigerian, right?
I'm not a Nigerian.
There is no way you can deny that, because you're actually black. We've actually reduced ourselves to being a joke. If I sit down and I look at Nigeria as a whole, I could literally laugh all day. Before we know it now, after all this is over, comedians will start coming up on stage and start making a joke out of this, because we've actually made ourselves vulnerable to being at that place where we could actually make people look at us as a joke. This would never happen in a civilized country. This would never happen in the US, where people who have no weapon whatsoever it is, they are holding the Nigerian flag. The flag was literally stained with blood.
Mide, I'm going to cut you, but I feel like we being a joke is not just about Nigerians making jokes of Nigerians anymore. We are now an international joke. You get my point? At some point they were some people felt oh yeah, we need international celebrities in an intervention for us to get our voice out there. But I, as a Nigerian, I know yes, they can actually speak for us, so that people can be aware of what is happening in Nigeria. But don't say that, oh yeah, if they speak for us, there will be a change in what we want. No, if international celebrities speak about this, because there was a point where Siwa Savage was having issues with Beyonce, in my point, and Davido's manager coming for Naomi Campbell, it was just all dramatic. You get my point? It was so dramatic, because you can see Beyonce's mom calling out Siwa Savage, PR calling out Siwa Savage, it got too dramatic. You get my point? After she made a post on Instagram about the NSAS movement, what has changed? Nothing. That's the question mark. Nothing still changed. You get my point?
And also, a lot of people, I know a lot of people that went to this protest ground, all in the name of celebrities were there, so they could take pictures. So, sometimes we don't get our priorities right. I'm sorry to say this. It is not just about going there, it is about our lives. We are not asking for too much. We just want to live. We know everything about Nigeria is messed up already. Coming from education-wise, you go to school to study for 4 years and then you leave the universities and You go out there, and what they are even teaching you in the university is not even the same thing we are coming to meet outside. So
Of course, so.
our curriculums are so outdated. They are so outdated. You know, you leave them, and you don't keep asking us. I know a couple of friends of mine that have, you know, they've left Nigeria and gone to other, you know, civilized countries, and they are making it there. So you start to question yourself, what exactly is wrong with Nigeria? Everything is just so backward.
Whatever, we are poor. Physically, we are poor. Emotionally, we are poor. Every colleague, we are poor. Everything.
Please don't drain my head, right? Because I was seeing pictures all over the internet that you know, the 90s are here. Everybody just wanted to be in Nigeria, and I don't blame them. And what happens when we just lose, you know, the things that are supposed to be beneficial to us? We lose it to, you know, to foreign countries because we are unable to manage these people. So please, I don't know who is watching.
You know, when I grow older and I have kids, I'll tell them I didn't feel your generation. My own parents failed my generation. During my own time, I fought for you guys. You know, there was the massacre. You know, Nigeria didn't get independence in the 1960s. It was 2020.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was the protest and the movement by the youth in Nigeria. Yeah, because we are humans living in fear. Our life is not secure. We do not have freedom of speech. We don't have rights to our rights. See, they will tell you, oh, you have your rights. But fuck it, like you go to the courtroom, you have your lawyer speaking for you, you have the opposition lawyer talking, the defendant, the game of court, and the prosecutor. At the end of the day, who makes the final call is the judge. But guess what? The judge has been bribed.
Right, you know, everything.
So even if you talk from now till Methuselah gets older, nobody cares.
You really cannot blame all these people. You know that.
And did you remember the senator, was there or whatever, that wants to sue Jack? They don't know on Twitter. I'm like, why am I so dumb in Nigeria? Why am I so dumb? Like, I'm like,
and we keep, you know, I think one of the problems of Nigeria is the fact that we keep wanting to bring in things that are foreign to us. Why not design a system that is, you know, that is friendly to our
just say
culture?
design. I'm not involved in that conversation.
That is, you know, that suits us as an African.
I've seen video of a guy make clear, like, he made a transformer out of circuits like batteries, and it functioned. It lights up like a whole house doing that. We have talent in this country. We've seen the guy that hacked into the Central Bank of Nigeria system. They got the boy arrested. The United States government came for that boy. Now imagine if something happens between the United States of America and Nigeria, and they use this boy as a tool, as a machine towards them. We are done. We are gone for good. You all call Central Bank. Can we just do some money heist?
Because I don't want to promote, you know, cybercrime.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
I'm glad for you know the angle you came from.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the fact that you know, people, you know, our resources are just poorly managed.
True.
That's just that's just the bitter truth.
Yeah.
You can imagine if you know, we're talking about something that happened. Nigeria would never do that. They'd rather lock you in the prisons and have you be there forever.
See, my darling, at the end of the day, in this Nigeria, I have money.
I know people.
Or
have both.
Both have power. I have money and power. If you have money and power, you have everything. First is, if you don't have money, you will suffer. If you don't have power, you will still suffer. So if you have money, look for power with the money. If you have power, look for money with the power. At the end of the day, that is it. Because, like, we're talking about coronavirus, and we see how people flying out of this country. Even when it was really, really, like, tough then, people were still flying out of this country. Because they have what? Money, and they know people, and they have power. So, many people like that category.
Ordinary man wants to fly, they now start giving you. It is as bad as even when you get to the airport, every single body at the airport wants to collect money from you. They want to help you carry your bag, bring money. They want to help you look for your bag, bring money. They want to give you one from bring money. Actually, you know, to go and pay certain money in a certain corner. Where do all this money go? Where do all this money go to?
Like, we all saw the news, and we saw what Lagos State government record for like a week. The amount they're supposed to take from the toll gate. That means if Lagos State is making that from the toll plaza in a week, Jesus Christ, and you've been taking that money from us for years. Well, we're messed up in this country. We are messed up, so messed up.
You know, we are not even supposed to get to all those analytics that we. I wanted to limit the mentality, But we can't talk about that without actually taking Nigeria as a, taking Nigeria as a whole and everything that is going on. Because if everything was going right for us, trust me, we wouldn't even be having all this, stars and every other thing to start with. So I'm just, I'm so glad, I called on this show and we actually came. It actually means a lot, and I'm glad, we all got, we both poured our mind out, and I'm sure this is like a message. Please, whoever is watching this, just please and please and please, let's just try and get something right. There is literally nothing we get right in this country. Do we have to even get to this point where we start killing people?
No,
we don't have to. And I saw a post before we started shooting where the governor of Lagos was saying that there were no blood stains at the Lekki Toll Plaza. Are you kidding me? What happened to all these people that died? What happened to the to the blood stain on the Nigerian flag? I saw dead bodies that day. I thought I was going to see these bodies.
It was Photoshop. It was Photoshop. That was the answer to that. A final thing for me, what I'm going to say to Nigerian youth out there is that we have a voice. I feel like whatever happened in the past week is we showing who we are, what we can do,
and
what our power is.
Amazed by the numbers of
we raised over 60 million in just a week and a few days.
And
feminist coalition, everything. You saw it, right?
Everybody actually ate during that protest.
There was food. I was working and they were like, "Do you want food?" I'm like, "Wow!" It's like with everyone here, there's like food and excess. That's to tell you that we are powerful as Nigerian youth. My advice to everyone is that the voice we're using, right, should not give up on it. Because I know when all that happened, people were like saying, "Oh yeah, I'm traveling." We started this. We are not going to give up. Come 2023, I don't have my PVC, but unlike celebrity has said, like Kiki, I am going to get the Constitution of Nigeria, read my pathway, have a background like understanding of the whole thing, and vote. I am going to vote. You get my point? We have the power. We are going to use the power. We are the power. This is the country for the people, not for the politicians. We own this country. We are Nigerian, and we are going to prove to the world that we deserve to be recognized by all the parts of the world. We have everything in Nigeria.
Now that we are rounding up, to leave, because we could actually stay here all day talking about
like 2 days.
Because it is something that hurts every one of us.
Yeah.
It's not just about us; it's our generations to come.
Yeah.
So one way, at some point, we actually bring our kids into it. We don't have any yet, but and we don't want them to actually experience these horrible things that we actually go through.
True.
So I'm just glad you came on the show.
Thank you so
And,
much for
now that
having
we
me.
are leaving, I would like you to just give your final words to all the people watching out there.
We're going to do this.
Really short.
Please,
because I know
yeah.
you are very vocal when it comes to talking about things like this.
So, once again, my name is Larry Hector. I am a fashion model. I own a fashion brand that's still in construction, undergoing construction right now. And I'm on Mide's Insights. You can subscribe, and turn on the post notification. Follow me on Instagram at Larry Hector _.
His Instagram handle will be displayed on the screen.
It will definitely. So thank you so much, guys, for having me on here. My favorite quote is never take a pause. Keep going. Keep doing whatever you have to do. Make sure you change your story for good. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Mide.
And on a final note, I would like to say this, to someone watching out there. My heart, firstly, I would like to say my heart goes out to everyone that lost their lives or that lost their family members to the massacre that happened on Tuesday. It's a really sad one. I didn't lose anyone, but I know what it feels like because I've actually lost someone so close to me. So I know how hard it is for this people. And I just pray that you get to pass through this, in the best way possible. God will just give you the fortitude to bear the loss. And my heart goes out to everyone out there. And my final word is that just please, whatever it is we are doing, let's just be good at it. It's fine for anyone to live at any point in time, right? It's fine, because at the end of the day, what we are all looking out for is a better future for ourselves and for our kids to come. And please subscribe. That's
If you don't subscribe to this channel,
your small subscription.
don't follow me on Instagram.
Your small subscription is actually what makes this going on. Because if you don't support, there is no way I will know the number of people that are actually watching this. So please subscribe. I love you all so much. Until I come your way again, I remain Mide. Please, if you want to follow me on any of the social media platforms, I am at Mide, as it is being displayed on your screen right now. Thank you so much. I love you.